Hello, my friends. Welcome to a blistery, wintry, blizzardy, snowy Stryker breaks in the middle of the week. I don't know how much of the country is experiencing this, but good luck to you. I heard Texas is in for it. Some nastiness. Got an email about don't expect your product. It's coming from Texas, and their warehouse is shut down until Tuesday, I think, because of the weather. So, good luck, Texans. You need a copy of the sheet? I got you. Break number 1. Which one are you looking for? Let's give you a number 1 in the chat. There you go. Break number 1. There we go. We got the chill vibes today, the lo-fi. And we are ripping the newest Bowman draft. But also, we're going back a little bit with 2 of the last mix releases. Topps Chrome Cosmic. Hold on. I think I'm stuck on autofocus. I am stuck on locked focus. Here, let's try this again. There we go. Topps Chrome Cosmic and Topps Chrome Update. A couple of hobby boxes of each. How's everybody doing in the chat? Yeah, randomizations are on the website. Go check it out on Patreon. Here, let me just drop a link to the chat. Randomizations are done. They are on Patreon, as always. And I also just dropped a link to break number 1, just in case you can't find it. We got some new characters in the breaks. Jason says, yeah, Dallas area wind chills -5 to -10. Nasty ice storm Saturday, Sunday. Everybody's losing their minds. It'll be okay, Texas. It'll be okay. You're strong in Texas. Why don't you just stay home? Play some video games. Watch some TV movies. We got baseball on in the back. I don't know if you can see. Look at. Let's see here. Highlights 2025. Best of the year. You ready? Break number 1. Good luck. They're not on Patreon. They are. Should be. Yeah, it's on there. Oh, I know what's wrong. Shoot. Let me see if I can. I guess I had the wrong setting on there. It's not available for everybody. Let me see. There we go. Getting her taken care of. I had the wrong setting on there, sorry. But it is on there. You should be able to see it now. Good to go? Good to go. Boston, Bolivia, Brown with a 5-month hitter chat says, nice to stay inside. Stay warm and watch Stryker. You've got it. You got it right there. Bowman draft, let's go, baby. You ready? 101 coming in? All right. Paul, how's it going, man? Glad to see how it all works. Yeah, it's actually really easy and straightforward. You can talk to any of the slammers. They can let you know. It's just what it is. The whole Patreon thing is just a barrier to entry. I want to make sure everybody that gets involved with a break is a fan of the channel and wants to cooperate in a group setting, and it's like everything is taken care of. There's no outside weirdos, that just buy in and want to rip you off or something like that. Or it works out so nice this way. So nice. So if you ever have any questions, if you want to join in on a break or something, feel free to email me. Of course, slammers get prioritized service. That's another benefit. like everybody that gets involved in a break has direct access to me. You can just DM me anytime with any questions, problems, comments, concerns, praise, whatever it be. Pack number 1, let's go, baby. X-Fractor. Enrique Bradfield Jr. Camille coming in with a beautiful $25 super chat. Thank you, Camille. Let's see who you got. Give you a little root. Yankees? I see you have the Yankees. That's a good team to get. You know we're going to pull a Yankee. Or 2. Or more. Happy Wednesday, Leo. Oh, nice. An American coffee, no sugar. Did you put cream in there, though? I'm not going to give you a hard time about cream. I may be judging in my mind. Harshly. Just kidding. Johnny Slawinski is stand-worthy card number 1. I gotta sort this a little better. There we go. Team list. Okay. Angels. Krish on the board, brother. Did they make the deal? Bellinger to the Yanks? Back to the Yanks? Oh, hello, Mr. Willits. The refractor first. That'll play one at Mark. Fuji Apple Red Bull for you today. What's wrong with cream and coffee? It's just black coffee only. What is with this camera way up here? Everything's a little weird right now, sorry. It's just like, here, how about, would this be cool? Nose up. You get to see the nose up and the full baseball game. How's this? Nope. Alright. Feeling a little goofy today. No, I just like to make fun of people that put cream and sugar. Not people, men. I just like to make fun of the men that put cream and sugar in their coffee just as a joke and as a troll. I used to do it too. Then I went through puberty. Black coffee now only. It's mostly the sugar part. Cream is okay. Cream's acceptable. But there's really no reason. Like, once you try it black and you force yourself, because it's not an easy transition. It's not like you just go from cream and sugar in the coffee to black and you're fine with it. No. But after a while, it becomes the only way. Because you don't want to spike that insulin. Just boom, like, the purpose of the black coffee should be to help control the appetite. You don't have to eat breakfast. Malachi Witherspoon for Steven. Especially if you're a little overweight. If you're not overweight, then it doesn't matter at all. But if you're a few pounds extra, just drink black coffee. It'll delay your appetite, suppress your appetite. Then try, cutting out a meal. Maybe only eat one meal a day. The OMAD diet, 1 meal a day. You kick in autophagy. What about just Frenchman? That's sugar. Sugar, baby. You don't need it. You don't need it. Just force yourself just for like a couple of days. Even try it just for one day. First few drinks, you're going to be like, oh, it's bitter or whatever. But then you're going to be like, actually, you can taste the coffee. It has flavor. And after a while, you'll become a hater. You'll be like, why are you putting sugar in that? Cream. Just like me. You'll become a hater just like me. Kurt. Got yourself a purple auto, Michael Lombardi. Look at this box we got going here. 2 true refractor, colorful autos to lead things off. Could we go 3 for 3? Let's try 3 for 3. Even though I've never seen that. Usually it's 1 base and 2 parallels, or more commonly 2 base and 1 parallel. So if I had to bet, become a betting man for the first time in my life, you know I'm not a betting man, I would bet the next one's going to be a base auto. But we can make it count. A lot of good prospects in here. Black coffee boosts your metabolism too, see? Lots of good health benefits, see? But when you start adding, and like the problem with the cream is that it's calories, like, and it just starts your system, like, I don't know. I like the intermittent fasting concept of 1 meal a day, or shrinking the time that you're eating within a 8-hour period. So technically you're doing like a 16-hour fast if you can condense your meals, you know, like delay your breakfast until 2 o'clock or something, delay your first meal till 2, and then you can eat all the way till 10 o'clock at night, and you're technically doing intermittent fasting. Matthew Fisher of the Phillies, it's his first, it's a speckle, it's going to Michael. Got a sky blue as well. Quentin Young. Aiden Miller back here. Did you guys see Baseball America updated their top 100 prospect list? And the Tigers have 2 guys in the top 6. McGonigal's number 2, and Max Clark he was either 5 or 6. I can't remember what he was. Let's pull it up. Oh, let's pull it up and see. Brand new. I think today they just dropped it. Yeah, today they just dropped the new top 100 list. And for some reason it logged me out. I'll log back in. Oh, I didn't check the stay logged in box. What's up, Wong? Are we brand picky on our coffee? I like Black Rifle. There's our base auto, but I'm not picky. I'll drink anything. I do like Tim Hortons coffee. That's probably my favorite. But they jacked up the price. It's like $3 for a cup of coffee, which, by the way, a membership here on the channel is $1.99. Less than a cup of coffee. You get a whole month. Stryker breaks. You can become a hitter. We got hitters on the YouTube channel, slammers in the Patreon group. 2 different things. I made it extra cheap on here just so anybody can afford it. If you can afford a cup of coffee, you can afford a membership here on the channel. It's cheaper. It's a steal. You drink Black Rifle? Nice. Dylan Harper's the poster boy for the new Topps product. I had to drop him from my fantasy team. He just, coming off the bench, you're too inconsistent. Like, he's going to be a great player. He is a great player when he gets some more PT. It's just, you know, it's a little crowded there, I guess. Yeah, we got one in town, Tim Hortons. Also, so after Tim Hortons raised their coffee price to $3 for a cup, I started going to McDonald's because it was $1.79 and it's right next door. McDonald's coffee's not bad either. Actually, I like McDonald's coffee too. Steal. But we are kind of close to Canada, so it makes sense. We got Tim Hortons all over the place. Sam Huff signed with Baltimore. He might be Adley's backup until Basayo's ready. I thought Basayo was ready. So I think what might happen there is a DH situation, probably with Basayo. But we're gonna be talking about first base and DH between probably those 3 guys, right? Pete's at first. But between Pete, Adley, Basayo, Huff's going to be the odd man out there. Just probably like third catcher duties or who knows, but good for him for getting a job. I think of Wong every time I hear his name. Let's get the good stuff. Breaker's Delight. He is a little tall still. There we go. Oh, a minor league contract? Gotcha. McDonald's is low-key excellent. Like, it's got to be. You know, businesses have what's called a lost leader, and sometimes they sell things for a loss just to get people in the door to spend more money on other things. Walmart is classic for that. They set their prices really, really low on certain things so that you come in and then you buy other things while you're there. And the coffee for McDonald's, I was thinking in like, okay, that's a lost leader for those guys because they were advertising it as at a cheaper price just to get people in the door. But then they jacked it up, and now I'm not going to go back. I'm just going to make a K-Cup. This $3 cup of coffee is ridiculous. Here it goes. Trevor Cohen. And it's a San Francisco hit for Jason. Oh, wow. Followed by Cade Anderson, the number 3 overall pick to 99. Draft picks auto. Bowman draft night autograph card. That one's going to Michael, and then we got J.D. Thompson. 2 base and then a special insert. You hope in a Breaker's Delight you get 2 parallels. That's the goal. That's a good card. Kason Cunningham to 125. He was the number 18 overall pick. First rounder, lefty. We got Ethan Conrad to 99. A lot of Ethans in this 17th overall pick for Jonathan, and Malcolm Moore to 250, and Mr. Tibbs. K-Cups are worse than creamer and sugar. I'll hear the argument. What are you going to do? You're one person and you just want a cup of coffee and you have a K-Cup machine. What are you going to do? Make a whole pot? What are you going to do? Your wife didn't make coffee this morning and she had to work. So now it's just you. You going to make a whole pot? I've done it. Or are you a busy man and you're just going to pop a K-Cup in real quick? Of Black Rifle. The breaks are filled, brother. I'll tell you a little bit about how we do it. We're going to have an intermission now where we open up some Topps Chrome update and a little bit of Cosmic. So here's how it works. On Wednesdays and Fridays, sometimes the day before the breaks, but we break on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'll send out a notification to the slammers when I have the breaks ready, and it's got a link, and you'll get an email, and if you download the Patreon app, which you should, it'll just pop up on the app on your phone. So that way, even if you're sitting at work or wherever, you got your phone in your pocket, you can just boom, hit the link, takes you right to my website where I sell the brakes, StrykerBrakes.com. You can buy it if you want. You don't have to though. All right, what are we doing? We're quick ripping. That's what we're doing. Is K in Cosmic? I don't know. I hope not. $20 ouncer and make just enough. I mean, that is an option, I suppose. It's just more work. It's a hassle to make a half a pot of coffee. Or even like a quarter pot or whatever. It's just too much work. I don't have the minute 30 that it requires. Dude, I heard the Tigers were pursuing Tatis. This might just be a vicious rumor for the hearts of men in this area. For my heart. It'll affect me more than anybody else if it's just some stupid rumor. But I heard things. How crazy would that be, dude? Woo! You got an outfield that looks a little something like this. Riley Green, Max Clark, Tatis. Lefty, lefty, righty. Tatis would be perfect on this team. We got a wealth of lefties, and we need a couple banger righties. Although, another piece of news I heard was Suarez again. We're always doing this dance with Suarez for some reason. How old is Suarez? He's got to be like 36 now, right? Let me see. $34. Okay. Still got a couple years of Suarez. He probably wants a 3-year deal. 34, 35, 36, 37. He's going to be obsolete. He's another one of those guys. Low batting average, high power. That does not age well, typically. Cal Raleigh refractor. Dude, is this a red? We got a red something? Did we get a red something out of our... We did. True red. John Rave rookie. True red to 5. Get out of here. We'll take the low numbered stuff. Eric dropping 5 gifted memberships into the chat. Thank you. Royals. Kurt R. Nice pull, brother. Would love Tatis, yeah. St. Louis can use a new old third baseman, you're right. They sent the old guy out of town. The old third baseman. Now they need a new old third baseman. Send Scooble to the Cubs. It's looking more and more like Scooble's outski. The disrespect. I was talking to my friend about this too. He has a different viewpoint than I do. We'll see if anybody in the chat, like, where do you guys see it? The Scooble situation. How do you see it broken down? Because how I see it broken down is they disrespected Scooble by lowballing him with that $19 million offer. Whether it was intentional disrespect or not, I don't know their hearts. All I know is what it looks like as an outsider. I understand the arbitration process a little bit, as much as the next guy, I suppose. But my buddy thinks that it's a Drew Rosenhaus. Is it Rosenhaus? Who's his rap? Either way, whoever's rap is, I get those guys mixed up. The famous ones. But he thinks that it's him trying to game the system to show that the system's broken by saying, we're not going to negotiate, we're going to sit on the top number, and we're not going to move off of that number. And he also says that, that's what always happens is the team comes in with a low number and the agent comes in with a high number, and then you meet in the middle. Yeah, that's negotiation. That is how arbitration and negotiation works generally. But when you got a guy that's won back-to-back Cy Youngs and he deserves a $30 million arbitration, do you lowball it to that extent, hoping that you can save a few million, that you'll meet at 25? I just think it's disrespectful. And I would have just said, I would have came out with a number in the 20 millions. Like, to say 19 is disrespectful. If you were to say 22, that's not as disrespectful. That's actually a number that's in the realm. So then you can work from there. 22, in between 31 or 32, 22, let's meet at 28. That's how I see it. I see it as disrespect. But Boris, that's what it is, Boris. Rosenhaus and Boris. I get those guys mixed up every time. I don't know why. Marcelo. Refractor. Decent card. We got a couple of nice rookie parallels on the stage. Michael, congratulations. Got a purple too. Palmquist. Color match purple for the Rockies. Philip. Scooble to the Mariners. It's going to cost, like, if we do trade him, it's going to cost a boatload. It's going to cost a major league pitcher, like a good one. And the Mariners could get it done because they have a wealth of pitching. Like, that's the one team that we might be able to get somewhat of a comparable, in the realm at least, of pitcher return is from the Mariners. There's an Ellie All-Star game. Wilson Refractor. That always looks like a green to me. Bobby All-Star. Some more draft. Scooble's going to Vegas. Yeah, that is how it works. A baseball arbiter takes so you can negotiate, but if you don't negotiate, then they have to take one number. That's another reason why it's so stupid. It's because if they have to take a number and you lowball it to that extent, it's just like stupid on multiple levels. For me. So what's your name, Van? I saw a couple of orders got canceled. A couple of orders, payment processing canceled them, like they got declined or something. So there's a few issues today. Let me check it out real quick, Michael. Billy Carlson. Number 10 overall pick, shortstop for Chicago. Out of high school. It's a good card. Let's see. Michael, just checking for your name. I see you got the Marlins. Huh. Yeah, that's weird, dude. I don't understand. I don't know what happened there, Michael, but I'll have to look into it after the break and just give you a refund for one of your spots. I don't even know how that could happen. Someone else might have got I don't know. I'll look into it for you, brother. But I'll refund you if I can't figure it out. Royale with an 11-month cold outside, but fire inside. That's right. Member chat? Yes, I do see your member chat, brother. Oh yeah, so Tops is the Montgomery Club. They're canceling the Montgomery Club, which is kind of crazy. Here's my conspiracy-minded reason. Because, man, does that seem like free money to me? Why would Tops give up all this free money? The only reason they would give up that free money is because they've got a better idea that'll give them more free money. So, maybe this is wrong, but I feel like they're revamping the concept of the Montgomery Club, and they're going to come out with a different version of it, and it's going to be more expensive, and they're going to have a different name too. Because what do they care? All they're doing is they're giving, like, the only thing that costs them money is a Montgomery Club exclusive set. That's what you get if you're part of the Montgomery Club. You get that set, and it's branded Montgomery Club. So it's $200, and you get that set, which is like a $30 set, let's be honest. So they're making $175 a person. Now, the other part of it, like giving people, the members, exclusive access to a product release first in just one box. What do they, like, why would they cancel it because of that? So it's not because of that. Unless that is such a hassle that they got to pay multiple people like a full-time job to do it or something. I can't see that that's a full-time job anyway. It would just have to fall on somebody who already has a job doing something else like a few times. It's only a few times a year. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal. So I think they're going to come out with something different that's more money. Like if I were them, I would be like, okay, because it's $200, $199, I think. I'd be like, let's make a $500 one. And then we'll give them, remember we used to give them like a few more benefits or offers. So what if this one is, what if it's like the only way you can get Sapphire? Or something along those lines. Or maybe you still only get first dibs or something like that. I don't know. But they could do it to where the only way you get Sapphire is if you're part of the Montgomery Club. Let's say it's $500 or even $1,000. $1,000. But you get access to Sapphire. And it's a good price too. It's not, or maybe it's not, I don't know. But I think you would still get a bunch of people that did it. And then they could just play it out and see how many people joined. Maybe they wouldn't get enough people that joined to have full dibs on Sapphire, and then the extras they release to the public at a really high price. Like Tops, I got all the ideas. This is just off the top of my head, like right now as I'm sitting here too. There's so many things they could do. Jake Monroe to 99. That's a cool green reptilian. And JoJo Parker. That is a good one. JoJo is the number 8 overall pick. X-Fractor. Jake Monroe going to the Angels. Was there an auto in there? I didn't see one. So yeah, that's what I see with the Montgomery Club. Get rid of the old, because like, let's say they increase the price to $500. People would throw a fit. But if you just cancel the Montgomery Club, call it something else, bump the price way up, how can you complain? You don't have to join the club. I mean, they might as well. Like any kind of exclusive club that gets you access to a desirable anything, people are going to do. Maybe not as many, but let's say half the people join and it's twice as much. Less work for them. Well, Aiden West to 71. The old Speckle auto to 71 is very interesting. Going to Leo. Curious why it was called Montgomery Club. There's a reason. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. I looked into it before. Obviously, there's a reason. That's a bad answer by me. Is there a release date to Chrome 26? No. They don't put the release dates out of stuff until like a month before or something. Ethan Hedges. Image variation. Sapphire Club, perhaps? You got it. How cool would that be? Would you guys join? Let's say the only people who got access to Sapphire are part of the Sapphire Club and it costs $1,000 and you still have to buy the boxes. Chat, would you join? And then there's got to be something else in there you get for free. Maybe the Montgomery collection that you get includes an auto. You'd pay $1,000. Hard in. Yes. Yes. Hell no. 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 KC'd be in. No. No. All Sapphire. Yes. All Sapphire. You gonna break Sapphire NBA? I don't have any of that. I don't have access to that. When did it go for sale? I don't, or is it? I don't know anything about it. So no. If I get it, then yeah, but I don't know how to get it. If you had a, like, was it offered already on the Topps website? That stuff's too hard to get, man. It's like, and then what do you get? What do you get? A box? That's not enough. Could throw it into a break, I guess, but yeah, in 2019, it was Bowman Draft, right, Shaka? Bowman Draft Sapphire was $30, and that's how you get the Julio Sapphire, but Julio is in regular Bowman, so Julio's first Sapphire card doesn't have a first on it. It's actually just a prospect card. Fun fact. Tomorrow's basketball? Okay, I'll try to get some, but that's tough. That's going to be tough. Boston says, I think enough people would. As long as you'd be guaranteed all Sapphire, you'd still make money on flipping boxes. Depending on the price they charged, but most likely, yeah, you still would. Here's the image variation. Good heads up. Although, I mean, it would have gone to the right person. Regardless. But still, we'll put them up on the stage. Cade Anderson image variation. Going to Kurt. Josh Hartshorn to 150. For Jonathan. Would it be smart to send a case of Bowman Draft? So you got to monitor the prices of the Bowman Draft stuff. Like if it drops below a certain point, then it's worth picking up. This stuff isn't gonna jump in price until spring at least. So this is what you got to be aware of with this product in particular. This happens every time. Initial offering price is healthy, but it's winter, so none of these guys are playing or doing anything, so nothing's going to go up or down. It'll go down a little bit as just because there's nothing to report. So it's gonna kind of dip down, and there's gonna be a floor price where it's not gonna go below, like, I don't know what that number is. I would guess, I would guess like maybe 550. It'll never go below that. I mean, eventually it could, but there's going to be a cap. Maybe it's around 600. And then spring's going to come, and some of these prospects are going to start making a name for themselves. Then the stuff could go up a lot. And also, like, at any point, any of these prospects are going to jump into the top 10. Like, it's almost guaranteed that that's going to happen. Multiple prospects from this draft are going to jump up into the top 10. If and when that happens, the product's going to go up again. You can look at the last few releases to get an idea of comps. And that's what I would suggest you do if you have a question like that. Should I hold on to this? Look at the last few years of releases. Figure out why they did what they did, why they went up. Because the last couple of years went up a lot. Then a few years before that are down, and then there's other releases. So it varies. But there's going to be like a sweet spot, and the sweet spot's going to probably be like a year from now, or in this upcoming season sometime. And then the stuff's going to go up. Almost guaranteed. It'll go down a little bit, and that's when you want to buy a case. If you're thinking about holding on to a case, you're going to want to buy it right around that $600 mark. I don't know if it goes below that or if it even gets to that point. But if you see it around that point, 600, that would be a potential buy spot. And then keep your eyes peeled for like Baseball America's top 100 prospect list and see how the players move up and down on that list. And then when you start getting players in the top 10, it's going to go up in price, and that's when you would consider maybe selling a little bit. You sell off a little bit at a time when you can make some profit, sell a couple boxes. Maybe you hold a couple boxes for the potential ceiling that can happen when one of the guys becomes like the number one prospect, or even like the top 5 prospects. You'll see that the Skeens Bowman draft year is super expensive. So, like, I would be like in sell mode if it were me for that release, but I don't have any of that. Curious about the new stadium club. I don't know. Midnight basketball prices have gotten pretty high. I do have a little bit of that coming. I got one box, or one box, I think. But I haven't seen the prices. When does that even release? Soon, right? Is it next week? Thursday? See the cost per card in Stadium Club. Megas are decent compared to hobbies and blasters. So 2024, did they even have blasters of 2024? Blasters, compact, and then hobby? Or was it just compact and hobby? I don't think I ever did any of the blasters, or maybe we did a couple. But I like the guaranteed auto of even the compact boxes. And they were so similar that you should, like, if you're thinking about buying any of that, just look at it in terms of dollar per autograph. Whichever format has a better dollar per autograph, go with that. Corbin Carroll Nucleus next week. Okay, so this Friday, we're going to do a basketball break, I think. We'll do a basketball break on Friday, and then we will do a mixer when midnight comes out. We'll mix to some Topps Chrome Flagship and Midnight. We'll do maybe a couple of those breaks. Black Eclipse to 10. Rookie. Marlins with a nice hit. Michael. Oh, megas are new. Oh, so they're having megas. Where are you seeing this info at? What's up, Josh, with a $4.99? Thanks for always sharing all the information. So greatly appreciated. You're welcome. Thanks for being here and watching and supporting. Jacob Wilson, rookie. We got another numbered card. Amador. Aqua Equinox. Couple Rockies hits. Going to Phillip. Star clusters. Three numbered cards. Caden Dana to 150. Topps website. What did they offer Stadium Club today? I hate when they do this. They do it every Wednesday. Oh, here we go. Mega boxes and value boxes. Looks like the compact box is out. Beam Team looks good. That's a throwback to the original design. Hopefully they make it tough. I like Beam Team to be tough. Like when you like a box hit, like you get one per box. Hobby box. Maybe hobby exclusive. Did they even offer hobby? I don't see it. Pre-order was yesterday, that's why. Dude, man, that's a banger. Stella Nova. Just holding on to it, didn't even notice. Concerned with Stadium Club. Paul Skeens, Stella Nova. Nice. Kurt K. One of those boxes? Do we get an auto, though? There's Nick Kurtz, ETT. Refractor Julio. One more. Bowman draft. Breaker's Delight. We got 3. Case sold out immediately. Single hobby box lasted about 40 minutes. That's the trick, guys, too, is like the cases sell out immediately with the bots and whatever. So it's almost better just to skip the case and add a couple boxes to your cart to check out like immediately to make sure you get something. Just add a box or two or however many. Oh my gosh, look at this. What is happening? Oh my gosh, look at all the color. Holy, well, here we go. Orange Geometric. DeVries. Look at that. That is a strange color scheme. Orange and green to 25. Jose. Oh, that's a big auto. Billy Carlson to 50. Gold Shimmer. Big boy auto. Whoa, this is already beating out the last box. Dan, nice hit. Followed by a true blue Cody Miller to 150. Going to Eric. And a Tyler Bremner. This is the number 2 overall pick. What a box. Whoa. Krish. Still more. Look at a green and a gold still, or a blue and a gold. Dean Curley to 150. Guardians hit for John, and George Lombard to 50. Gold geometric. Holy crap. Camille. Look at this box and another one. Gustavo Melendez to 250. This is the best box. This is the best Breakers box. The best box period that we've seen. Goodness. Oh, you were close, Rick. Only one auto per Stadium Club hobby now? Oh my gosh, they are just devastating us. Wow, that is unfortunate. Well, let's check out some hits. Maybe the Megas will have more autos. Yeah. At least you're thinking on the bright side. All right. The hits. Quentin Young, Sky Blue, Lagrange to 499, Slowinski to 150, Willett Refractor, Mayer Refractor, Smith Prism, Westbrook Auto, Fisher Speckle, Palmquist to 250, Carlson to 499, Monroe to 99, Parker X-Fractor, Dana to 150, Carroll Nucleus, Amador to 199, Farmello Sky Blue, Hartshorn to 150, Melendez to 250, Curly to 150, Cody Miller, Sky Blue or True Blue to 150. Aiden Miller to 125, Conrad to 99, Cunningham to 125, Moore to 250, Bradfield X-Fractor, Lombardi to 250, Witherspoon to 150, McKenzie to 150, Cohen first auto base, Thompson base, Williams base, West to 71, Hernandez to 250. That's a big Hernandez too, by the way. Nice purple. We got a lot of the top, I don't know, the top 8, top 10 guys in this list. Hedges first, DeVries to 25, Lombard to 50, Anderson image variation, Norby, Black Eclipse to 10, Anderson to 99, Rave to 5, Bremner first auto base, Carlson to 50, and Estella Nova Skeens. Some beauties in break number 1. Would love to be able to duplicate that. Let's go. Break number 2, you ready? I'll be watching you, Ken. I'll be watching you, just in case you don't believe me. You're gonna add an extra auto, 35% of the boxes. I'd be down for that. A little bonus so they don't advertise, just to keep the will good, the goodwill. I'd be down. Box number 1. Good luck, everybody. Come on, baby. Prized prospects. Man, we got some things happening already in box number 1. Refractor, Kate Anderson. Number 3 pick. Prized prospects, Eli Willett. Couple of sleevers at the very least. Got a little story for you guys. Walker Jenkins, X-Fractor. I've been talking a lot about how I've been into certain collectibles, mostly the Motu ones, Masters of the Universe. Although I've considered dabbling in some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, but I haven't yet. I'll leave the yet hanging there, just to leave myself an out in case I want to. So on Heritage Auctions, if you guys have never dabbled, but you're into high-end collectibles and basically anything, they have everything from movie posters to rare coins, art, rare art, rare baseball cards. It's all like high-end stuff pretty much. Collectibles, sealed in-box graded stuff, video games, comic books, cards, everything on Heritage Auctions. They should give me a cut of this, by the way, if you guys go over there, but they won't. So I spent quite a bit of money over the last couple of years on the site because you can find some really sweet stuff. Charles Davlin to $75. The one problem is that they charge a buyer's premium. So if you buy something, you get charged like 20 to 25%. Maybe it's 15 to 25%. I'm not really sure. I think it's 20-25% on top of the selling price. So it's like the opposite of eBay, where the sellers pay the premium. Well, on Heritage, the buyers pay the premium. But the buyers know that, so they're not willing to bid as much on the items. Now, if it's a super premium item, it's still worth it to sell it on there because you have the high roller's eyeballs on your stuff. But I've gotten some good deals on a few things. So they had this Ty Harvey first auto. They had this set of like 4, it's not a complete set or anything, just like a lot with 4 different items. They're vehicles. 4 vehicles, or 3 different vehicles and a Hordak character. Nothing was in awesome condition, but there were 3 things that I didn't have. Just so happened that I needed those 3 vehicles. So I figured I'd throw a bid on there, see what happens. Well, I ended up winning. And it was like $410, I think, was the final selling price. So they give me my bill, my invoice, and it was $700 and something. Like, what? So what they did was they added it was over $200 like service and handling fee, they called it, which is like your shipping price. They added over $200 in shipping. So then there's the buyer's premium, which was over $100, and then this shipping and service, which was over $200, and then sales tax on top of that got me to a price of, it was like $700 and something, mid $700s. I bid $410 on the whole lot. So I was pretty furious, and I was like, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying. That's outrageous. So I just emailed the company. and I told him my thoughts. I was nice about it, but I was like, this is an outrageous fee. I'm going to need an adjustment on that. And guess what? They got right back a hold of me, and they're like, we reevaluated the fee, and we've adjusted it for you. They dropped it down from like $210 or $230. I can't remember what it was. Down to like $50. Boom! And then the sales tax was a lot less too, because that price was on the sales tax. So the moral of the story is, if there's a situation like that from a company and you feel like that's not right, or that maybe they should take care of you on something went wrong, or something's like out of control, or an absurd upcharge, or you didn't get what you paid for, or whatever it is, just shoot an email out. Colin Yeeman. Just shoot an email out to the company, and odds are they value your business, and they're reasonable people, and they'll take care of you. Moral of the story. Because do you think I really wanted to email them and go through the hassle of like dealing with them, and maybe like getting in an argument back and forth is a little stressful? No. I forced myself to do it. And it paid off, and now I feel good about it, because I was not going to pay. I wasn't going to pay my invoice, and I was never going to shop there again. Now I feel great about the situation, and I will shop there again, and I'll probably spend a ton of money. It also shows you how one should conduct business. Ike Irish to 250. I gotta organize my sheet here. Okay, break number 2. Ryan, congratulations. Yeah, 200 plus for a fee. It was like it was either 210 or 230. It might have been like $230. Sounds right. But, you know, to their credit, I think that was a predetermined price based on what they thought the lot was going to go for. And I think I got a pretty good deal on it. In fact, if you compare it to the prices of the other pieces, like individual pieces, if you were to piece them out and buy them, I mean, I got a really good deal. So they probably had a higher, they have to insure this stuff too. So insurance is included in that service and handling. They have to insure it, ship it, process it, handle it, all that. So I understand that it's going to be a little bit, but I ship stuff for a living. So that box to ship would probably cost, I don't know, $25 maybe. So if they want to insure it too, that's another $7 or something. So they're still making money. Rodriguez to 150. Charging taxes on fees is also outrageous. Yeah, I agree. And shipping and fees or whatever. Like, I think that's why they call it fees instead of shipping, so that they can charge tax on it or something. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know why they would want to charge tax on something. They don't get that money. Best way to sell a rookie debut patch. Probably eBay. That's where I would do it. You could always like send it away to get graded, and you could, I mean, of course you want to get it graded, but Heritage is a good place, or actually like Golden may be a good place. I don't know, but eBay has the most eyes on it. So, and also it's the benefit of selling it through a place like Heritage or Golden would be that you just like give it to them and they handle everything. Whereas if you sell it on eBay, you have to handle it yourself, which isn't one card. It's not that big of a deal. You might as well save all the fees and stuff and sell it yourself. But Dean Livingston to 199. Going to Camille. Break number 2. Camille's already crushing. I would list it as a best offer on eBay. So put a big old price on it. You can find a comp by finding any other debut patch that is sold. And at least you have a range. You know what the skiing sold for, that's the high end. So you're not going to get that. But then find some other ones. Get yourself a range. Put a nice juicy price on it, like a nice high price, like the high end of the price that you think it's worth. And then put a best offer option on it. And then what you'll see is you'll see a bunch of people are going to come out and they're going to start watching it first. Unless you could just get someone who swoops it up right away, because it's not like it's one of the most collectible cards that exists. So there's going to be a lot of people that want that card, even if it's a no-name. Just to have it. And remember, there's that new like trifecta of do you guys know? I don't know the details behind that completely, but there's some kind of deal where like if you collect all 3 one-of-ones, like maybe it's the debut patch, the rookie super, and then the Bowman first super or something, then Topps will give you like if you get that whole collection together, Topps gives you some kind of a special card. I didn't bother to remember because I'm never going to do that, so I don't care. It's such a obscure, almost impossible feat that I didn't even bother. The All Kings. Golden has a 22% buyer's premium. Yeah, those guys, they all do that kind of thing. Plus shipping and yeah. Chase Shores. Yellow Reptilian. Cooper Pratt. Color match to 75 for Jeffrey. You could try for the All Kings, Dan. Try to find the other 2. That'd be a fun task. Side quest. Give yourself a fun little mid-game side quest. Yeah, for someone who's rich. Yeah, but like the guy who Dan got is not a big name player. So it wouldn't be too expensive, I don't think, to track down the other 2. If it's even possible. That's the problem, is it even possible? Are the cards even available? It'd be worth looking. Oh, you also have the Keith Auto Superfractor. Is that the one? Is that the other one? One of the other ones? Because no, it's definitely worth it. If you have 2 of the 3. Gustavo Melendez. Mojo to 150. Followed by something crazy. Oh! Tyler Bremner. This is the number 2 pick. Look at this card. Oh, the SIG is a little crusty, but 7 of 15. Oh my gosh. What is this called? I've only seen This is an insane hit. Amanda. What a monster. Oh my gosh. And a Kate Anderson, the number 3 pick. Green to 99. Breakers Delight boxes. Crazy. This is one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. This looks like it belongs in Gilded. Holy moly. Kurt's got the Mariners. What else is in here? Mason Peters to 99. Kyle Lodis to 250. Episcope to 125. Sheesh. Sheesh. The Willits Gold ink just sold for 20,000. Yeah, that's a huge card. Oh my gosh. Amanda, email me. We're going to have to insure that thing. It's like, I think it's like $12.50 per $1,000 that you want to insure. I mean, if you don't want to insure it, that's fine too, but you just got to let me know. That's a big boy. Is the gold worth more than sun? Well, that's to 15. Sunflower seeds is only to 5, so probably not. Yeah, it definitely looks like a gilded, doesn't it? Okay, this is called it's just a gold ink auto. That's all. Just a gold ink. So wild. Wild hit. Man, the fact that it's such a high draft pick too. Number 2 overall pick. Wow. Like the ink that they use down there is like flaking off though. And you can almost tell on the... Like you can tell it's like the same way on the Eli Willits that they showed. As an example, I bet you all of them are like that. What's up, Gorilla Farmer? Just roll the dice, ship it in a PWE. Just stamp it fragile. That is a dice roll for sure. You got about a 50% chance. Did you guys know in order to fly nowadays you have to have a real ID? Not like a real ID, like whatever it's called, a real ID. Where it's like an enhanced ID with a star on it. So I had to go get mine yesterday because I don't have one. What a process, man. Whew. I know that like tons of comedians have made jokes about it, but waiting at the DMV for the Secretary of State. Not fun. Logan Evans. But it is a good spot to go people watch if you like doing that. Let me tell you, there's some people in there. You need the gold star, yeah. Yep. I don't have the gold star. Or I didn't. Had to get the first new photograph on my license since I was like, it's been forever. I don't even remember. It's been the same photo, and it's like a decent photo too. But now I look old, and I don't like it. Dan with a $10 super chat. Thank you. You've had your real ID for like 10 to 12 years? I didn't know they've been around for that long. Chase Petty to $2.99. I got the enhanced one that lets you go over the border too, just in case. Just in case. What if I want to go to Windsor for a weekend? Haven't done that since I was 19, but actually no, since I was about 20. I don't know. Nick Kurtz rookie. I'm trying to think of when I got my fake ID. I think I got a fake ID when I was like 20. Jacob Wilson refractor. Statute of limitations is up on that, right? It's been a while. They can't come after me anymore. Or you can use your passport. Don't have one. Mine expired and I didn't renew it. I don't plan on leaving the continental U.S. Marcelo Prism. Although I wouldn't mind going back to Jamaica. PCA refractor. Jamaica's awesome. Beautiful. That's where I got married. Ronnie Simon to 99. Which I highly recommend. If anybody's like, you've been with your lady for a while and you should probably get married, but you're just like, what a hassle. Go to Jamaica. Just the two of you. And they will take care of it. It was awesome. I recommend it to everybody. You save so much money and so much hassle, and it's like literal paradise. Get married on the beach under a fancy pavilion. Just the two of you. And then the rest of the time is just, you're already on your honeymoon. I recommend it. 20 years have passed. I think I'll be okay. Yeah. Funny thing is, the name on my ID that I used was, there's a slammer with the same name. It might be his. It might have been his. He handed it down to my cousin, and my cousin handed it down to me. Yeah, it was a real ID. There's someone who turned 21 and they're like, I don't need this anymore. Here you go. Did you come back with Michael Scott Jamaica braids and a brass drum? We did come back with a drum. We seriously did. My wife is a souvenir hound, which is good because I'm not. So between the two of us, we'll get a couple souvenirs. I don't buy souvenirs. I'm just like, it's over now. It's all right up here. But she actually did get a drum. Did she get braided hair though? I bet she did. At least like one braid, yeah. I bet she did. Should probably check out the pictures again sometime. This is a nice true gold Kaysen Cunningham. This is one of the top, I think this is #2 guy in their system. First round pick, 18th overall. Big one for Camille. Yeah, man. Juice. We are hitting today. The hit compilation video from today is going to be insane. But there's just so many guys to hit, so I guess it's like likely. I heard you can use your concealed carry permit to vote. Man, do you even need anything to vote? I should try it. Ryan Mitchell? That's what I hand the cop when I get pulled over, my CPL. Just hand him that. This is good enough, right? You can vote for this. I can drive with it too, right? Cross the border with it too. I mean, yeah, you gotta hand it to them, but you gotta hand it to them with your ID. It should be the first thing they tell you that you give to the cop. Tyson Lewis, 2 golds in here. 25 of 50. Jason, nice. Nolan Schubert for Derek. Oh yeah, Luis Robert got traded. We haven't even talked about it. To the Mets. Well, Mets, that's a big acquisition, dude. He didn't do so good last year. I think it probably lack of effort. Why would you want to play for the worst team ever? 1.4 WAR, 85 OPS plus. Yuck. But even with that said, he still was like somewhat productive. The last 2 years, 1.4 WAR. It's not that great, but man, I would have taken him for the Tiger. That would have been perfect. What did they have to give up to get him? I didn't see the details of the trade. Oh, he's going to shine. Dude, he's going to go from being a 1.4 WAR guy to like a 5 WAR guy. I'm calling that. This upcoming year, Luis Robert, 5 WAR. That's my prediction. Can I set the over-under at 4.9 for the chat? See what you guys think. Nah, let's go 4.5. That's more reasonable. 4.5 WAR this year for Robert. And if you take the under, that's probably the smart play because of the amount of games. Usually he misses games. Although the 1 year there he did play like a full, well, almost a full season. He still only had 145 games in 2023. But he had a 5.3 WAR in only 145 games. So 595 plate appearances. I don't know where he's going to bat in that order. Could lead off. What do you think he leads off? Or do they put him down like in the 6th hole or something? Yeah, Angel Acuna hit 4 home runs in a Dominican game recently. So is he ready to break out? Or is that just like a fluky thing? Real fluky, I think, but he is pretty good. Yeah, Robert stole 33 bags last year, which is a career high for him. But everything else is pretty bad, dude. OPS plus of 85 and the previous year of 86. That's 2 years in a row where he's missed a bunch of games and just been bad. Because that's bad. That's well below league average. Devin Taylor, X Factor. South the Scene is good too. Don't sleep on him. The number 22 overall pick. Another shortstop out of high school. Oh, Angel Acuna went to the Shies. Okay. Yeah, that is a win-win. Yeah. All right, I like that for both teams. the rare everybody wins. Look at this. That's the first parallel we've seen of the Axis. Xavier Neans. Walker Janik to 100. Steel metal. Maybe my graded Robert rookies will start climbing. Nope. I mean, you know, you might see a short-term bump of a little bit, but there's so many of them. That's the problem. I would suggest if you have Luis Robert rookies, you list them right now, and you put you advertise them a lot. Like put the highest advertising rate on there, and just try to move them like right now. The reason why they're not going to go up very much probably in the long run is because there's so many. If you look at the PSA pop report of Luis Robert, you'll be shocked. It's one of the highest populations that exist of any card. People graded so many of those in 2020 because of the pandemic, and he was the guy. So I'd get what you can get right now. Dean Moss to 99. Because think about it this way too. Okay, yeah, he got traded to a better team. That's great. A bigger market team. That's great. But where is he on the totem pole over there? He's not better than Acuna. Or, I mean, he's not better than Soto. Dean Moss to 99. He's not better than Soto. He's not better than Lindor. So there's two guys that'll like overshadow him. It's like what, you know, Raleigh did last year to Julio, just kind of overshadowed him. Even though Julio had a good year, it's tough for multiple guys on the same team to have a hobby. What do you think will become of Jason Dominguez? I think that this year is like not his last chance, but maybe his last chance at having relevancy in the hobby. I've read some things. There's a lot of people that think Cameron Millar to 499. There's a lot of people that think this is his year. They've been saying that for a long time though. This is finally the year, but it is kind of the last chance for his hobby. Like you can still have a somewhat of a hobby, but he needs to be an everyday player. He needs to just get a little bit better on defense. Dude, yeah, he's going to be 23. This is his age 23 season. And as you know, from a collecting standpoint, like once you get to 23, 24 and you haven't done anything, sayonara. His career numbers in the bigs aren't good, but he hasn't had much of a shot. Last year was his biggest shot, and he was just he's basically a league average player. He's going to have to be much better than that to have any kind of hobby. He's got to jump up to like a 5 WAR guy, which means he's going to have to play a full season every day. Well, David says J-Dom is an average batter and a poor fielder, and he isn't breaking out. I wouldn't say that. I would say, I mean, what you said is true, except for he isn't breaking out. Saying that with confidence is not you can't know that for sure because of his pedigree. He still could break. He's still very young. He's at the point right now where most players would that have prospect would be debuting this year. So he's already had 3 partial seasons to showcase that was able to do it. Dude, he was 20 years old, 2023 when he made his debut. That's shockingly young, and most players that are 20 that make their debut have so much upside that they're gonna do something. They're gonna make it in some way, shape, or form. You don't just disappear. You don't just go from being like the guy who the whole league's talking about, who's a 5-tool player who they're comparing to freaking Mickey Mantle, which they did, to like, yeah, well, he tried real hard, but he just didn't quite make it. No, there's still growth. There's still breakout potential. But this is it. This is his shot this year, his last shot. He'll still get shots at playing, but as far as like breaking out from a collecting cards, you got to be young and producing. He already checks the box of being a Yankee. He already checks the box of having all the tools, except for like his defense isn't great, but I guess that's technically not a tool. Is it? Is defense a tool? There's just like hitting, power, speed, your arm. Maybe defense is one of the tools. It should be. So he's lacking that tool. Now that they re-signed Bellinger, he's not going to be able to start and most likely trade Spencer Jones now. We'll see. Namala. Like, do you think the Yankees want to give up on him now? After everything they've been through with him, they want to give up now? I don't know. Maybe. But this seems like the final year to me. Yeah, the glove is the tool, the 5th tool. You know what I was looking at earlier, that's what threw me off, is I was looking at the Baseball America grades, and defense isn't one of them. That's what it was. I'm trying to find, what is it? It's hit, power, run. Oh, fielding is one of them, yeah. I guess I just overlooked it. Yeah, it's hit, power, run, field, and your arm. And Connor Griffin is the #1 prospect right now. He's got a 60 hit tool, 70 power tool, 80 run tool, 60 fielding, and 70 arm. Connor Griffin for the Pirates. McGonigal's #2. We were going to talk about this earlier, and I forgot. So overall, he's got a 75 grade to risk. But McGonigal has a 70 grade to risk and a mild. 5'11", 185, lefty. Throws righty, though. 21 years old. McGonigal earned the first 80 grade hit tool in the prospect handbook since Vladdy Jr. Thanks to a cut that blends violence and accuracy. He can damage anything a pitcher can throw and should be part of Detroit's lineup and infield in short order. Interesting. #3 overall prospect right now, brand new, just came out today, Baseball America, is J.J. Weatherholt. He's 23 years old for the Cardinals, shortstop, 5'10", $190. He's got a 70 hit tool, 55 power, 55 run, 55 field, 55 arm. So nice hit tool, but everything else is kind of mid. See, like, Weatherholt's 23. He hasn't even made it yet, and he's one of the top prospects. So Dominguez, he's got another shot. Manny says I would get rid of Belly and let JD continue developing. Well, they know. The Yankees know. So they're hedging their bet. The Yankees are a team that can't afford to have Dominguez not develop. So the #4 prospect is a big one. A big one. This guy should be the most collectible prospect that there is, based on the fact that he's 18 years old and he's #4 on the prospect list already. And that's Jesus Mate for the Brewers. He's got a overall grade of 70 with an average risk score. Right away. Planetary Pursuit Vlad. Beautiful. Look at this thing. God, the sun is gorgeous this year. McGonigal's complete mid. Weatherholt has already proven himself. You don't know what you're talking about. Neither of them have proven themselves. How can you say he's already proven himself? McGonagall's 21, Weatherholt's 23, and he's lower on the prospect, and he has lower grades across the board than McGonagall. And these are from the professionals, not me saying this. This is from the people that do this for a living, live and breathe this stuff. But we don't know anything until they come up to the bigs and then prove it over like 3-year sample size at least to show, because when you come up, then the teams adjust, and then you have to adjust. You got to prove that you can adjust to their adjustments, and then you make it. Neither of them have done that. Nacho Alvarez. Nucleus. So yeah, Made is pretty crazy. Made entered this season with as much hype as any prospect in the sport, and he delivered. The Brewers' latest Wunderkind advanced from low A to double A, showed off his tools and polish, befitting a much more seasoned player with repeat performance. He could reach Milwaukee as a teenager. That's what you look for when you're investing in prospects, when you're speculating in prospects. That's exactly what you want. So Made's stuff should be crazy expensive. Because if you make it to the bigs when you're a teen, that's got Hall of Famer written all over it. Because it's about longevity and accumulation over the years. And you'd rather make it to the bigs when you're young, and so that by the time you're 36 and your stats end up being neutral at best, you're already a Hall of Famer. Oh, wow. Love these. Oh, wow. Constellation. Drake Baldwin. Sweet pull. We are getting some awesome stuff in this break. Derek, sweet hit, brother. Whew. Someone bringing up Caglione. Yeah. Yeah, look at Jack Caglione. Blasted through the minors and got shook facing MLB pitchers. It's a great example. It's a great example. It happens a lot, too. I would say most players go through that. Make it to the... I mean, not that you crush the minors. Caglione crushed the minors in a way that few have seen. But most people, even after doing that, get up to the bigs and face adversity. Space Dust to 75. Mick Abel. Going to the Twins, Eric. Skeens, Ultraviolet. Refractor Skeens as well. James Wood. Adley Nucleus. Light Speed Trout. And we got one box left. Or you do terrible in minors and come up and rake in the bigs. Baseball's so weird, isn't it? So weird. That's why you need like years of big league experience to be able for a person to be like, okay, he's good. And even then, they'll have an off year. This is part of the reason why, like, Julio and Bobby are so impressive. Julio, my God, Julio already has a 23 WAR, and he's only 25 years old. Incredible. He had a 6.8 WAR this year. Wow. He's going to be an MVP. Julio Rodriguez. He's got the makeup to be an MVP. Made, first Speckle Auto, sold for $1,000 yesterday in a PSA 10. That's not so bad, $1,000. Because like your first base auto can get up around $1,000 when you're a big time prospect like that. In the yeah, gemmed up. I remember like Julio's and Bobby's being around there. I thought, you know, stuff goes up and down though. Okay, here we go. Breaker's Delight box. Can it be anywhere close to the last two? We've pulled fire out of them. Kane Kepley. Going to the Cubs, David. Followed by Chase Shores. Angels hit for Amanda. And Cade Obermueller. Jeffrey. Phillies hit. In action, Seth Hernandez. There's McGonigal to 150. Followed by a yellow Ricardo to 75. Tigers. Jason's got the Tigers. Ricardo going to Dewan. Lodis to 250 for Damien. Yeah, sophomore slumps are pretty classic in baseball. Happens a lot to the best of them. It's almost like you either slump, like, you know, the good players that end up making it. You either slump when you're a rookie and then you figure it out and you've already made your adjustment, or you crush when you're a rookie and everybody thinks you're the best, and then your sophomore season everybody adjusts and then you have to make the adjustment. By the time you're a third-year player, you should already know everything you need to know. Like Dominguez he has had a couple of partial seasons, so it doesn't really count. He's really only had one full season. And even his full season, he didn't play all the time. Sports Cards University, what's going on? Merrill, yeah, Merrill was dealing with injuries the whole year. That was Merrill's issue. But, like, yeah, you can go look at, like, Trout and Judge rookie years. Skeens Refractor, Adley Nucleus, Jacob Wilson Refractor, Nick Kurtz Chrome, Marcelo Prism, Taylor X-Fractor, Namala Sky Blue, Shores Sky Blue, Simon to 99, Petty to 299, Evans Negative, Mitchell to 99, Lodis to 250, Mason Peters to 99, Episcope to 125, Melendez to 150, Stafura to 125, Pratt to 75, Rodriguez to 150, Yeaman to 499, Harvey, Davlin to 75, Jenkins X-Fractor. Lodis to 250, Ricardo to 75, McGonigal to 150, Kepley, Base, Schubert, Millard to 499, got a Willits there, Constellation, Drake Baldwin, sick hit. Alvarez Nucleus, Moss to 99, Lagrange to 199, Nayans to 99, Abel to 75, Olsen to 150, Janik to 100, Obermueller to 150, Lewis to 50, gold, Shores to 250, Livingston to 199, Irish to 250. It's a cool hit, the achromatic auto. Cade Anderson to 99. Nice one, number 3 overall pick. Kaysen Cunningham, true gold to 50. The 18 overall pick. And the gold ink Tyler Bremner Numbered to 15, number 2 pick. And Vladdy the Sun. Break number 3, y'all ready? Let's go. Do you think Junior Caminero has Hall of Fame potential? I think it's too early to know that. I couldn't tell you this early in his career. But let's look and see. So he made his debut when he was 19. That's crazy. That's a good plus right there. His age 20 season, he still only got 177 plate appearances. So that wasn't good. His first full season, 21 years old, 45 home runs and 110 RBIs. Batting average 260 so far for his career, OPS plus 124. So if you look at the OPS plus, you say this is a guy that's about 1.5 to 2 standard deviations above a regular player. And if he's in the 2, then he's on a Hall of Fame trajectory if he can keep that up. But we got to see what he does this second full season before we can make any kind of educated guess. Usually they say with big leaguers, 1,000 at-bats, you can kind of know what a guy is. And he's at 800. So let's give him this year and see what happens. But he's definitely a good player. You don't just hit 45 home runs and like you suck. No, he's good. It's really good. Break 3, how we doing? They received the correct shipping on Patreon. Philly Comics. All I see is Philly Comics. I would have to go through and... Did you send me an email or something? Double check. Send me an email again. Is this... Because Jorge got a hold of me with the wrong shipping. I don't know if I think I got to still print his label out. Let me see here. Yeah, I haven't printed Jorge's out yet because it was the wrong address. Billy Carlson, refractor. Yeah, the minor league stadium definitely has something to do with his production, but that's why you use OPS plus, because OPS plus takes into account your stadium, your ballpark. Jorge, yeah, I did get your DM, and I haven't printed your label off yet, but I will, and I know about it. Great source for stats. Yeah, Baseball Reference is the source. Fangraphs is number 2. If you want to use, if you want to know about players from a specific release that are all aggregated into one spot, prospecthotlist.com. So you can just go to like 2025 Bowman draft. It shows you the players that have firsts, only the players that have firsts, and all of their stats, which is a priceless resource if you're a prospector. That my friend made the website. So Luis Pena to 199. Just check it out. It's free. Send him a donation though if you like it and you use it. Even $5 or something would help because he puts a lot of time into it. Any suggestions for fantasy auction? Baseball? Yeah. I could have a whole stream about that. If I could only offer you a little bit of advice, I would say 70% of your money should go to hitters. So go use it like a 70-30 roughly. Don't blow your stack on pitchers, because pitchers are going to come up throughout the season. You'll be able to pick them up off the waivers. Also, pitchers tend to get hurt more often. So two ways, like your pitcher you pay for could get hurt. Very likely, actually. It's kind of likely that they're going to get hurt at some point. And then another guy is going to come up on a different team. It's going to be like an ace level player. Or at the very least, in the glob, there's like a glob of pitchers that are all about the same. They all do about the same thing. They average right around a strikeout an inning. A lot of them are like a little bit less than a strikeout an inning. And then they're all about the same, like a high 3s ERA. So that's why you don't want to, like, so you might think to yourself, like, well, I want to get outside of the glob then and just get, spend my money on a couple of awesome pitchers. I agree you should spend some money on and get yourself at least one ace, maybe 2 aces, and then 2 good closers is what I like to do. 1 solid ace and then 1 like, number 2 that could be an ace. And then the best closer in the league, like pick one of the best closers in the league, and then maybe 2 more closers that are like your team's closer for sure, not a split closer, but lower down on the closer list. Because what usually happens with closers too is they'll get shifted out of the role if they don't have a good first, handful of games. And also closers pop up all the time. Like a team will get a new closer all the time. But one thing that you can't find off of the waivers typically is a 40 home run guy. I don't know when our fantasy draft is. It's probably a while from now. We do an auction draft, which I love auction drafts. Love them. Riley Kelly to 75, especially in baseball. What I usually like to do and what I'm going to do even more this year, the one problem, there is a problem with this strategy. I'll tell you the strategy first. Riley Kelly to 75, by the way, for David. So you go studs and scrubs and you spend most of your money on stud hitters. And then you leave a bunch of spots for dollar players. Bunch of spots. Most of your pitchers. And then like maybe 3 or 4 of your hitters too. And you just go big on the like multiple category type of hitters. The one problem is if you got to be on your game. There's Mason Peters to 499. You got to be on your game and be monitoring that waiver wire like every day. And then you'll be able to fill out your team. But the problem is early on in the season, you're going to struggle because there's not as many guys like right away to pick up. So you're going to lose a little bit the first few weeks of the season until you start finding some guys on the waivers that can contribute. So really what you're trying to do is tread water for like the first month of the season and hope you don't get beat too bad. But then after that, your team's going to start ramping up as you fill in those additional spots that you only spent $1 on. And then by the end of the season, you'll have the best team, assuming one of your big name players or multiple of your big name players doesn't go down. Josh Owens. And that's the problem. That's another problem with this strategy is if your big dollar players get hurt, you're in trouble. But that could happen if you don't. Like everybody's going to have a couple big dollar players. That could happen to anybody. Josh Owens. Next video, not sure, man. Pretty soon. You gonna open Sapphire basketball? If I can get any. It's not gonna be easy to get, but I'm not paying secondary prices for it. If I can help it. going to be absurd on the secondary market. Tayton Gray for Tampa Bay. Going to Kurt K. Marcus Phillips, X-Fractor for Daniel. There's a Refractor Dax. Another one for Kurt. How much do you think of base Cooper? I have no clue, dude. No clue. A lot, though. Raw, probably a G. I don't know. Don't know how much they made. I don't know. Like, the product's not even out yet, right? So, I don't know. Matthew Mura. It's the true green. It's a 99. Going to Brandon. I wonder what the outcome of the blue X-Fractor nonsense will be. Nothing. They admitted... So here's what they tried to say. I looked into that, by the way. What they tried to say was, oh, that's just a misprint on the box. That's BS. I mean, technically... So what that is it's like a lie by omission, or it's... There's no way that... How does that get out? Like, how do you... Oh, no, I guess there never was talk of the blue X-Fractor even existing. It just somehow got onto the box. No. You didn't print it, and then now you're covering your tracks by saying it was a mistake being on the box. Technically, it was a mistake being on the box because you didn't print the things. So that's like two mistakes. Printed on the box and didn't print the things. But they weren't on the Topps odds sheet. That can easily be fixed like that, by the way. You could just be like, oh, shoot, we didn't make the blue X-Fractors. Just delete from the odds sheet. That's a click. Click. So that's the easy part to fix. The hard part is you didn't actually print the cards, and then you put it on the box because it was supposed to be on the box. Like, it just doesn't accidentally get in the artwork of the box. So nothing's going to come of it, though. It's just memory hole. Down the memory hole. Josué Bressinho of the Tigers. For Jason. Mason Neville. Green Lava. Going to Jason. Man, Jason, you got last two hits. Reds and the Tigers. Antonio Jimenez for Kurt. And Josh Owens. But what is this? Oh, it looked like something fancy. Jason's got the Rangers. We've got some more, though. Yohandy Morales to 99. Gustavo Melendez to 250. And Gavin Klein. Killing to 125. What's up, Sizzla? They need a lawsuit. Yeah, right. For that. You said, like, how would that even work? Like, how could you get damages? They would have to, like, I don't even know how that would work. Blue X fractors on the box. You said we would get them. Therefore, they're not on the box. Therefore, you owe us as a class action lawsuit of, I mean, you could figure out how many Coopers would have been in there and approximate what the Coopers would have been worth. Like, how, I don't even know how you could figure that out. But this has happened in the past. Not so blatantly as it was on the box, but the last thing I guess that would be comparable, even though it's not exactly, would be the SP rookies from 2022 Topps Chrome. That was a much bigger deal. Much bigger deal. And they did compensate for that, which they should have, but that was something different, man. That was like the difference between not buying the product and buying the product. And they messed up real bad on that one. And then I guess they kind of fixed it with the whole silver pack thing. I guess. My buddy Cubby said he had to drive to the card shop, which was like, I think he said it was like 40 minutes away or something. He had to drive to the card shop to get his like 3 silver packs or something. I can't remember. It wasn't that many. And then just opened them up and there's nothing in there. And they had to drive 40 minutes home. And it was not good. Not fun. You're looking to buy a signed Ohtani rookie? Well, that would be crazy. You said nothing too crazy. Oh, nothing too crazy like a signed one. Okay. Yeah, there's all kinds of rookies you can get for cheap. You know what one I would suggest? The 1983 version. I wonder how much those are. I love that one. I showed it off the other day. Let me see. Are you looking for like a PSA slab? Whoa, that's expensive. I was thinking you could get that one for a reasonable price. Turns out it's insane. Oh my God. Okay. God. That's like a $400 gem. $500, $700. Yamamoto. $400. I don't know. His finest rookies are pretty cheap. Man, Ohtani stuff is going crazy, eh? I have that card. I didn't pay. I can't remember. I might have pulled it and got it graded. But at one point, it was only like 150 bucks. I was kind of looking, thinking it was going to be about that price. Nope. You know what one's sweet? The 2018 Silver Pack 1983 Ohtani where he's batting. That's a gnarly card, dude. And the pop's pretty low on that, but that's going to cost you $900. So that is a little crazy. But you can get the 2018 regular batting, and that's only $675. I think you might just be better off looking for a raw one if you're talking about not getting like too crazy. Like a raw one will be way less. Just either a Series 2 or an update one. You think Stadium Club will be a good set this year? It'll probably be about what it always is. Thin cardstock, easy to damage, awesome photography. But they took away a guaranteed auto. Ooh, I don't like that. You know what that would do maybe is make Archives more expensive. Archives had 2 on-card autos. If Stadium Club only has 1, ew. Top says on the boxes, they do not guarantee any value of the cards. Yeah, of course they don't. We do not guarantee anything. Good luck. Nick and Wright negative. Topps Gallery Otani rookie, says Brian. Might be an affordable one. Jaime Westbrook to 150. Autograph for Daniel. 400 ain't too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I will be ripping some Midnight. We're going to do Midnight when it releases, which I think is next Thursday. So we'll probably do breaks Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, or maybe just Thursday, Friday. We might change the Wednesday one to a Thursday day of breaks instead next week. So be ready for that. Slammers. Now with basketball in the mix, we got to stay fluid. That's a nice Kurtz Prism debut for Philip. What else we got in here? Just pulled the Otani Ichiro Matsui triple auto from 2025 5-star. Stoked. Yeah. That's an insane card, Nicholas. That is a crazy card, actually. Congratulations. Stoked is an understatement. I think I'd be going outside like in this sub-zero freezing weather just with a giant squirt gun just squirting into the air. Maybe I'd put a sombrero on my head and just crack some Coronas and fireworks, and I can picture my day after pulling a card like that. That's thousands and thousands of dollars. What do we think on that? Is that in between $5,000 and $10,000? Because the Ichiro and the Otani are both premium ones. Matsui, not as much, but I could see some international players getting involved on that one if you sold it. International appeal. Big money. Big. It's to 5. It's a 1 of 5, and you had to run a mile afterwards. I'll bet, man. Go quickly run a mile, get this hype out of my veins. That's a throw a party kind of card. You got an offer for 10K raw. Okay, so at least 10K. Yeah, man, you may be looking at... Whew. It's a good price, though. 10K for a raw card is a good price, dude. It's a piece of cardboard. If you ever have trouble letting go of a card, tell your brain it's just a piece of cardboard. What does that even mean? To tell your brain? Isn't your brain telling it itself something? Who exactly are you talking to when you're talking to yourself? You ever think about that? Because only about, I think it's like 50% of the people, maybe it's like 60%, Only about 50 to 60% of people actually have an internal monologue. The rest of the people don't. I do. A lot of NPCs out there, guys, just walking around with nothing going on upstairs. Oh boy. That's why we are where we are in this world. Not necessarily. It doesn't mean you're stupid if you don't have an internal monologue. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just joking around. It's just different. I think a lot of people would pray to not have that internal thing going on. That's where anxiety comes from. That's where depression comes from. I don't remember what you said, Mr. Castrate. We'll just pretend like it never happened. It probably wasn't me. Did you get put in a 24-hour timeout? Whoa, that's a long one. Usually if I give timeouts, it's only like 30 minutes. But I'm glad you're back. And yeah, we've pulled some freaking crazy stuff today. Lots of good stuff. It's been a wonderful day of breaks, as it always is. I've never experienced silence. Yeah, me neither, dude. It's a blessing and a curse, though, because it allows you to, like, process things, hopefully better, in a, like, more thoughtful way, more considerate way, maybe? I don't really know. All I know is that this is just, like, constant conversation going on up here with myself. How? Why? How does that work? I don't know. JD Dix to $4.99. I'm just glad it's not super negative all the time, because that would be a nightmare. Some people deal with that, where your internal monologue is just tearing you down constantly. Ugh. So it's like a nightmare. Cardshells.com. If you happen to need any supplies, use the code Stryker26, the new code for 2026. These Easy Glide soft sleeves, oh baby, they work so good. And they're cheap, trust me. Pre-cut corner, just try them out. If you want to support the veterans, it's a veteran-owned company. Cardshells.com. Yours isn't very nice. Yeah, a lot of them are. You kind of deserved it. Just you repaid your debt to Stryker Society. You're all good. You're welcome back. Griffin Hugus. That is a unique autograph. For Kurt. You just pulled a printing plate. Nice, Peter. It's the first 101. Congratulations. That's exciting. Did you feel it first on your fingers? That cold feeling on the outside of the stack? I love that feeling, because it makes you a little tingly. You get a little tingle when you feel that cold because you know something good's coming and you're not quite sure. What is this? I think it's a plate. Nuki with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, brother. Check the chat. See if you got a gifted. Make sure you have your gifteds turned on so that you can receive them. What are the best odds of finding a GPK? I don't know. You can check the odds on tops.com. That's where you'd have to go. Tops odds. I'll drop a link in the chat, actually. Link in the chat right now for the Tops odds sheet, just in case you want to go check some odds out for anything. X-Fractor Carmichael. Oh, back-to-back Carmichaels. Funny, on our poker night, the dudes just brought up randomly how they hope baseball establishes a salary cap floor. And we were just talking about that. So I'm not the only one, and we're not the only ones. But they should also do a ceiling. Hard ceiling and a hard floor. And then have a bunch of wiggle room in the middle. What is this? Look at this fancy thing. Oh. Prized prospects to 150. Dax. That one is going to Kurt K, followed by Seth Hernandez. Number 6 overall pick for the Pirates. Steel medal to 100. And that one's for Jacob. Tarzan Rip says, hey Stryker, I'm a small YouTuber and I've been watching you for a long time and I appreciate what you do for the hobby. Well, thanks for being here, Tarzan. Thanks for watching, man. Mr. Castre says, someone I know pulled a Fernando Mendoza on eBay stream for $1 today. I couldn't believe it. The breaker was pretty upset about it. Why would a breaker be upset about getting their people a good card? That person should get their breaker license taken away. Wow. I don't understand. You should want to pull your people good things. It's just, I don't get that at all. What do they think? What, they want it? I want that card. Like, bro. It's not yours anymore. Like, when you post a break, those cards are not yours anymore. It's easy. Just flip. These are someone else's. Otherwise, you should not do that for a living if you get upset. I'm ecstatic when I pull you guys good stuff. Like, if I feel like I got it. Like, I don't have any attachment, though, personally, to it. But I'm so happy when I do. You know, people say they live vicariously through the breaks. And I get it. I do, too. You get to experience the joy, even though it's someone else's card. Nate George to 99. Bradley Ebel to 499. Not too bad. This is the number 32 overall pick. Another high school shortstop who could end up being the next best thing. Refractor first auto for Jeffrey. Breaker license isn't a bad idea. Yeah. Tops, if you want, I'll be the distributor, judge, jury, executioner of the Tops breaker license. I know you got a lot on your plate. I'll take care of it, though. We'll just have a little talk. Me and whoever wants to get the license. Just have a friendly little talk. It'll be perfect. I'll be able to tell, like that, if they deserve one or not. I'm a good judge of character. But it's got to be... Can't just be like a phone conversation or an email. No. We got to have either... I mean, in an ideal world, it'd be a face-to-face, but we could do a FaceTime. Gage Wood. It's all about evaluating the cut of your jib. What are the criteria? Do I like you or not? Do you get mad when you pull a good hit? Why are they drafting all these kids from high school? This is a special draft. That's why this stuff is got sky high potential. This product right here, 2025. There's so many first round high school shortstops. That doesn't happen all the time. A lot of the times it's just like a couple guys, and those are the guys everybody's after. There's tons of them in this one. It's like, you know, the old dart throw that we're always talking about? Just throwing a dart, how many parallels can we get? This is a dart throw with top tier prospects. Tons of dart throws though. Normally you have like 2 or 3 solid dart throws. There's at least a dozen, if not more. Like whoever's been getting involved in breaks, you're gonna look back, most likely. It might take a couple years, but you're gonna look back, and you may even come back and watch some of these streams where we're not super excited about one of the guys just because we don't know any of them really yet. And it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be like, oh my God, you just pulled a Bradley Ebel refractor first. Something like that. I mean, there might be multiple guys like that. Heroic SoCal, 14 month. Thank you, thank you. Video submission at least. Nope, has to be a conversation. And it has to be a face, like, we got to be able to see each other because there has to be a back and forth. We got to talk. I have questions and you have to answer them. And I'm an expert at judging nonverbal communication too. I say expert, not loosely. Tommy White to 75. Philip, congratulations. Jackson Wiggins, sky blue. Elkanon, what is up, brother? With a super chat. Welcome my first child to the world, Stryker. A boy. Did you name him Stryker? Is that what you're saying? Congratulations, man. Glad to see you in here. OG Elkanon. Congratulations. What a spectacular day for you. Man, man, how long has it been? I want to say met, even though we didn't meet technically, but we interacted 7 years ago or something. I remember that stream I came into. You were sitting outside of a GameStop waiting for Pokemon or something. Oh, man. Good times. How about a Cosmic Box? 2019, yeah. Middle name at least, Stryker. At the very least. Crazy that 2019, 7 years, I know. Yeah, there's twins in there. Smell a Bonds Auto and Cosmic. Namala seems like a good young shortstop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely is. He is way up there in the top 100, too. He is number... Where is he? Thought he was. There he is. He's number 62. I think he actually just dropped, but he's only 20 years old. Here's the skinny on Namala. He was one of the hottest hitters in the minors over the first half of 2025, slashing a 289, 372, 538 in 45 high A games, but then just hit 184 over his final 75. He's got lightning quick bat speed and shortstop defense give him a chance to develop into an above average regular. Where's DeVries? DeVries. He was way up there. People move around. I can't find him. Here he is. He is still up there. DeVries is number 12 overall for the Athletics now, since the Padres traded him. He's only 19 years old. DeVries was the jewel of the package that the A's received from the Padres for closer Mason Miller. The teenage shortstop has true five-tool potential and earns pluses for his hitting ability and arm strength. He could be another part of his team's quick-growing core. So his hit tool is quite good. Never seen a Pluto. I know, they're super tough, dude. They're like, in past years, there were, I think, 3 of them that exist. So out of 3. I don't know what the case is this year. It says DeVries as a shortstop right now, but, you know, as long as they're a shortstop ability, they can put him anywhere. Look at Merrill. They put him in center field. Marte. Launched. Matt Shaw, rookie. Sasaki, rookie. Skeens, ultraviolet. Olsen, refractor. Our first numbered parallel is Ballesteros to 150. Purple Nebula. And that is it's a Cubs card, but it's going to David. Wow, a lot of particles on that one. Thoughts on the Mets acquiring Bichette and Robert? Good job. I wish my team would spend some money. I'm really upset about the Tigers' lack of doing anything. And then the disrespect they're showing to Skubal, too. It's really actually making me mad. They don't even got to do that much. That's the thing, is they're pretty close. But doing nothing? Unacceptable. Oh, you got some bullpen pieces. Come on. Nice Bryce. Nucleus. Hey, Jack. It's been going great, dude. We've gotten a lot of good hits today, so I'm happy. Ken Griffey Jr. and Ichiro. James Wood. Fernando to 199. Trust the process? I will not. Why? I'll trust the process if I see it work. Making the playoffs in a skunk division. not going to get it done. It's fine, but let's keep going. I mean, at the very least, ALCS. Join the Brewers mediocrity forever. Yeah, I hate that. We need our bread and circuses, and you got to give us a championship every once in a while. Michigan, Detroit. I mean, we got it. We had our football championship, so that's good. That's great. But professional sports, Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, something. We got to get a championship here because people are starting to lose hope. Yeah, the Lions situation is... It's like a tale as old as time. When the grinder, the tryhard, ends up getting recognition, and then it's just like luxury after that point. You don't got to try so hard anymore. It's like it's resting on your laurels, and that's what happened with the Lions this year. You got every single player that's good and the coach out on every commercial that you can possibly have. All the lawyers, all the insurance companies, all the everything. They're on Applebee's. They're all out doing commercials. It's like you haven't done anything yet. Win a Super Bowl, then do the commercials. Nope. We're going to rest on our laurels because we went 15-2. Who cares? Did you win a Super Bowl? Did you make it to the Super Bowl even? Did you let a rookie quarterback come in and beat you? Uh-oh. Oh, they were trying to get Schwarber? That would have been horrible. I don't want Schwarber. I didn't want Schwarber. He's not a good fit on our team. Why would they try to go get another lefty? An aging lefty. Good job. Who's going to be a DH before too long. If not now. And like we already should have Kerry Carpenter at DH. Like Carp should be DH. Period. Okay, we got an orange. Did you guys notice that one Monster Breakers Delight box that we got? This second card was a numbered parallel. So we got like a bonus numbered parallel. All right, come on. Big autograph. Orange. Mitch Voigt color match orange. 4 of 25. For the Mets, Kurt. First round pick. Followed by Cameron Nelson. And then another numbered card. Kyson Witherspoon to 150. Red Sox hit for Daniel. Cunningham and an Axis. Walcott to 99. Curly to 250. Caminiti to 150. And a free base card. Look at all the free base cards we got out of that Breakers Delight box. And then an insert. Andrew says, I had Mitch Voigt's first MILB home run ball. Wow. That's cool. You had it? What'd you do? What'd you do with it? Oh my God. I was reading off break 2 just for that though. My bad. Or maybe the whole thing. Oops. You guys know what teams you have. You don't need me. You don't need me telling you. But anyway. Oh yeah, it was the whole time. You waited till the end to tell me that, David? You can hit me with it. I won't be mad if you hit me with the truth early on. Here, we'll go back through. So Timothy's got the Mets. That one's for you, Timothy. Disregard all the names I said before that. Witherspoon for Daniel. Nelson for Camille. See, it's easy. Just go right back through. Mm-hmm. Someone told me earlier, I just didn't see it. Caminiti going to Josh. Curly for Kurt. Walcott for Chris. We made it all the way through. In the very end, found out the error of my ways. Here, you know what? We're going to do it a little differently. The reveal at the end. Showed you these, told you who they were. We're going to go back through and we're going to name all the people with the big hits. Amanda with the Gage Wood. Eric. Bradley Ebel. Refractor to $4.99 going to Ryan. Hernandez for David. That's to 100. The Dax Kilby prized prospects to 150 going to David. Griffin Hughes. Mariners hit for Cameron. Bryce Nucleus. Fernando Aqua Equinox for Eric. Got a James Wood base. Ballesteros for Kevin. X-Fractor Phillips. Marte launched. Carmichael X-Fractor. Got a Willits base. Tommy White, yellow for Brandon to 75. Jackson Wiggins, sky blue. JD Dix going to Kurt. Nick Kurtz going to Brandon. Cedric Mullins for Timothy. Jaime Westbrook for Daniel. Enright for Kurt. Brasino going to Brennan. Neville. Green Lava to 99 for David. Jimenez for Timothy. Owens to 150. Mojo Parallel going to Chris. Melendez for David. Morales for Dave. Klein for Nicholas. Reed Sky Blue. Kilby Refractor first. Mura Green to 99. First auto going to Eric. We got an Owens autograph for Chris. Peters to 499 for Cameron. Lombard to 250 for David. Carlson Refractor. Pena to 199 for Ryan. Kelly to 75, a yellow reptilian going to Camille. And gray for the Rays for James. There. How's that work? Does that work out okay? In the end, we got it right. Well, everybody, we only did 3 today, keeping it a little low key. Friday, we're going to do a basketball break. We're going to do some Topps Chrome, do the Topps Chrome Breaker's Delight, maybe sprinkle in a little bit of Flagship if you're a slammer and you want in on the Friday break. You want an early notification for that because there's only going to be 30 spots available for that. Just send me a DM. I'll try to shoot you a early notification. And then we're also going to do some more mixers on Friday. And then that'll be it for the week. So I appreciate everybody for watching, and I'll catch you all later.